thought I was going to talk a little bit about one little word. Yeah, so this year I decided to take Ali Edwards' class or year-long workshop. Last year I picked a word and I lived with the word. I did a few layouts and thought about it, and that helped me so much throughout the year, just thinking about that word. And when it came out about November, December, I was like, I'm definitely going to take her class. So yeah, the story about my one little word last year, ACT, was I was doing French. I do French every day on Duolingo, and I got the word agir. I think you pronounce, I hope anyway, which actually means take action. And I was like, it just hit me right inside, and I knew that was going to be my word. And sort of thing happened this year too. I was doing something and a translation came up, and it was something and then sans peur, so without fear. And I thought, that is perfect. But I thought, that can't be my one little word, it is two words. But I decided that brave is the closest to that, and what I really want this year is partly to embrace the word brave, and then trying to be more fearless, but also holding on to the word I had last year. I did so much because I thought of this word of acting and doing more, and I really want to keep that going. So I'm going to hold on to my word that I had last year and trying to incorporate that into this year, which is brave. Yeah, I have started my album. I think I finished, or what I'm going to show you I did in one day, and that was like one day after I got the email from Ali Edwards. I am just really slow filming videos. It's actually not the videos there's a problem, it's taking the photos, but that's a whole different story. We're not going to go into it. In this book you're going to see my one little word, but it's going to be in Swedish. I feel pretty much as comfortable in Swedish as in English, but Swedish is my language, and I really want to, I think it gets more personal using my own language. So that is why you see the word modig and not brave. Yeah, okay, so I have a 6x8 album. It is a super old Snap album I found in a hobby store here in town actually, and this was before they had that Snap album. It's the same concept but very vintage. So I have taken out everything except the pocket pages. I'm not sure I'm going to keep it this because it's pretty ugly. I don't like brown. But anyway, so opening up, we have a vellum page with this gold dot, and then I think it's about 6x6. And I did this in the Rona design app and just wrote out my word and had some watercolor backgrounds and gold and all pretty. So that is the first thing you see when opening it. And then just here I have a photo of myself. And then this one, it's printed on, I don't know if you can see throughout. It's printed on like a specialty paper that has like glimmer in it. I don't know. Anyway, it is. And that is the year ahead. So I filled out all of that. And I have used my just hand lettering writing. I did consider using my typewriter, but I thought it's more personal. But I think I want to incorporate that later because I just really like how it looks. And then the rest one is on white. I decided to stamp my word here because I like how it looks. So yeah, and then like that. And this is like the first, it's from a planner, the first where I actually started writing down the word. And this is the day after Christmas with example, and I just thought it would be really fun. I don't know if I'm going to have it like this in the album because it's a bit off, but I might have like a pocket in the back or something to keep these kind of stuff, because everything on this page is typed out on these journaling cards. But I thought it would be really fun to have like the original that I wrote before I knew what Ellie wanted you to write. And yeah, so I can just give you some example of what I wrote before all of the prompts. And my word is to be brave, and that means I want to dare to do more. I want to take risks. I want to say what I think. I want to develop as an illustrator. Illustrator is not a word. Illustrator. And I want to be more brave with my friends and family. If you're an introvert, you know it's pretty hard to open up to other people, but I really want to do that. And then like some examples that I really want to do. I want to speak more French openly. I have talked about it before, but I want to do that more. I also want to do more things on my own, which first I was like, what are you talking about? I do a bunch of things alone, but I want to do more, not just staying at home or going into town. I want to travel further or go away longer or something, do more on my own. Yeah, I said that. I also want to write more. I want to paint more, and I think I paint pretty good considering being in school and having looking around, having scrapbooking as a hobby too. But when I think about it, when I come up with a bunch of ideas, I do, but then I'm like, well, I not develop enough, or I can't do that, and that will probably not work out. And instead of actually just sitting down and painting the things, I think about why I can't do that, and I don't want to do that. If it doesn't turn out fine, then it doesn't. So I really want to do that. That is one of the biggest goals for me in being brave, is to dare more. And I think this is, a week into January, and I am pretty proud of myself for what I've done so far. So I also want to try on new clothes and jewelry. It's not that much buying new things, it's just adding more color. I got this scarf today when I was in town, and it's really pretty. Can you see that? It's lots of color. Usually I'm a grey and blue kind of person, but I don't want to be that. I even have earrings. Can you see? Well, the earrings is actually, I realized I'm allergic to earrings. So these are like titanium steel, I don't know what it is. But my ear doesn't swell up anymore, so I can actually have them. That's fun. But yeah, to have more color and patterns, I really want to do that. So there are some examples. And yeah, so that is my album so far. I think my first, I'm planning on doing like little layouts and stuff, is going to be with this guy, which is something that I painted. It's not like anything good, but I feel like I wanted to save it. And this little elephant that I actually do wrong. You can see the legs. So this leg should be in front of this one. Doesn't really matter. But the thing is, it's not really the elephant that is the big deal here. It is that I bought some new expensive Arches paper. I have been doing watercolors for years, and I've always bought that pretty cheap, I mean good paper, but it's been cheaper, and I haven't dared to buy the expensive paper because I feel like I would just waste it, or I'm not good enough to use that. There's no point in it. So when I was in Gothenburg with my aunt, we went into an art store and I bought a pack of Arches paper, and this is one of the first things that I painted on it. And I think it's one of those things that I'm really striving for this year, to do more of this kind of stuff, to dare to just paint some little sketches on that kind of paper. It was a big deal. So here's going into my album, and then more. I mean, I really want this album to be filled with stuff that I can look back on, like tiny things, like painting on better paper, that makes me more brave. Viola and I will also start a new trick class course for making the dogs do tricks. She loves that kind of stuff, and I too, and that is taking some bravery to do that, even though we have gone like 5 or 6 of them before. But it's still, I mean, yeah. So that is my one little word and how far I've come. On the blog I will have all the photos, and if you read Swedish you can read it. If you can't, then I feel very happy about that. No, but yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have liked this video, and that I will do some more when I have some pages that is done in the album, and hopefully I can make this look a little bit better. The brown is not my favorite. Bye!